Hey guys, so something that has definitely been happening a lot lately is I've been going through these little nostalgia phases of just different things that have been going on. I'm not gonna lie, it all started off with watching all of these posts pop up on my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram about camp. And I just thought I'd make a couple of videos about the nostalgia because it's fun. But what I'm actually gonna start with is when I was a camper. Well, the camp that I went to, once we got there, it was church camp, and we were split up into different small groups, which they weren't really all that small, but the goal was to get us separate from our church group that we came with. The names of the groups were always different things and related to the theme that was going on. And I think I remember all of the ones that I had. Let's see, first year, the theme was gotta get up and get going, so all of them were cereal names. I was in Cheerios. Second summer was Absolute Zero. We were different elements on the periodic table, and I was Krypton. Third summer was the Spin Cycle, different laundry detergents. I was Whisk. Fourth summer was Enter at Your Own Risk, and they were just different things that you would find in a messy room, and I was in the group Stinky Shoes. Yep. The first summer, so that was when I was in Cheerios. We did, little name game thing. It was around this time when I had first received the nickname Crayola. So that made camp to be an interesting experience because these two guys that were from my church group were in there, they knew about it, and they're like, no, just call her Crayola, because that was a thing that was happening, and it's part of the reason why it stuck. It was that summer, that was when Crayola the Crayon Killer really was birthed and came to life. One of the things that I really liked about this camp was how we had different, they called them track times. You did two different things each day, and it was my favorite one to do was the Secret Service, and you just went around and did nice things for the other skills. Part of it was you had to learn how to be super stealthy, and I think one of my favorite things that was said out of the years that I did this particular track was be the tree, and you just have to strike with it. It's kind of mimicking the tree. It's be the tree. Yeah. And it was at this camp that I also started learning sign language and fell in love with the language itself. Now, I don't necessarily remember a whole lot now because I'm really out of practice, but that's where I started learning it, and I worked on that for a long time. It's also where I started and fell in love with the style of interpretive dance. And I still do that. I don't necessarily perform it as much as I used to when I was younger, but that was when I fell in love with that and kind of just performing in general. Those summer camp years were also the years of the hat stealing phase. So hat stealing is an art I might be a little bit rusty on now because there's really no point in stealing a guy's hat anymore, but it is fun to try every now and then. Just saying. This doesn't necessarily have anything to do with actually being at camp, but the way that we would get to camp is we would kind of caravan our way to the college that the camp was taking place at. And my final summer of being eligible to go to this camp, on the way back, 2 tractor trailers decided, we're just gonna crash and block all the lanes. So we had 2 tractor trailers laying across our lanes, preventing us from being able to drive back to where to our church so we can go our separate ways and go home. So while we were waiting on that mess to be done, we sat in the median, the little grassy median on the highway, and played Pit for 2 hours. It was great. That's probably one of my favorite camp memories, is on the ride back. We played Pit in the middle of the highway. Not many people can say that they've done that. I have done that. Well, those are just some memories that I have. I'm sure if I sat and thought about it, I could think of millions more, but those were some that I have, and I really enjoyed those. and I will definitely be making more of these nostalgia videos. So yeah, I will see you next video. Bye! Let's not wait until the end to be the things we wish we'd been. You were meant to live life, come on, let's fly. You're a super trooper spotlight. We're gonna jump on the count of 3. Here it comes now.